Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Welcome to Terrifying Tuesday where we talk about horror. And what is our topic today? Our topic today is Halloween Ends. Will be released on demand the same day that it is released in theaters. Is this a bad idea? Let's break it down. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's break it all down. This is unprecedented, or it would have been before the whole pandemic happened and everybody was forced to stay at home for their own safety. This is sort of a thing that, you know, just when it was starting to release and people were able to go and see it, Halloween Kills came out and people went to go see it that way in the theater, but a lot of people did just sit at home because they didn't feel safe yet. So they've come out and they've said that Halloween Ends will actually be available on October 14th of this year. And it will be available both on Peacock and in the theater. So here's the thing about that. Is this a bad idea? Did they in fact lose money doing this? Because that's the bottom line. A lot of people are going to spin it that they lost money doing this and that it's a stupid idea. But I'm here to tell you that that might not have been a stupid idea to release Halloween Kills that way, and it definitely isn't a stupid idea to release this movie this way. You do have a whole new breed of people happening as far as moviegoers go. You have a lot of people that are now more at home than they are anywhere else. You're forgetting that this is not a new thing as of late. A lot of movies that you can go into theaters and see, you can actually, in fact, see on demand. You can pay $19.99 and watch the movie at home. And a lot of people, in fact, are doing this. A lot of people choose to do this because they feel like if they have a big family, they're paying once and they're saving money. So it's not that bad of a thing. But, Sean, what about the experience of going to a movie? Well, that's why a lot of movie fans will, in fact, still go to the theater to see a movie, myself included. If given the choice between going to see a movie at the theater and staying at home and seeing it at home, I'm probably going to opt for the theater, unless, of course, I just happen to not be able to get out that day. But then I'm still probably going to go and see the movie at a theater, especially if it is one I feel would be awesome to see on a much bigger screen than I have at home. And I have a pretty big TV screen at home because I'm a movie fanatic. And the bigger the screen, the better it is for me. If I had my way, I'd have an entire wall that would be a screen. And Jamie Lee Curtis is right when she says that, if it was her, she'd go and see the movie at a theater, turn around, watch it at home, then go and see it at a theater and turn around, watch it at home. There are, in fact, a lot of movie fanatics that will do this. The movie isn't really going to be losing money for that reason. If this movie loses money, it's because the theater part of it isn't happening. And if the theater part isn't happening after 2 or 3 days, then it's word of mouth. Maybe even people aren't watching it on Peacock, which really, honestly, since they're putting it on there for free, isn't really going to get them money. It might get them subscribers to the streaming service. And that's kind of what they are hoping for. That's why they release this information to you to say, hey, come and see this movie on Peacock. Order Peacock because we have a lot of original programming. That's the idea. So what they want to do is get you to watch it on there, but they also know that that's not where the golden ticket is. The golden ticket for movies is usually at the movie theater. Although seeing it at home, and they know you watched it at home because streaming, so they can pretty much gather where that money came from and decide where to put it. A studio works this way and a streaming company works this way. They know how to put the money where they think it belongs. So this is not necessarily a bad thing that this is happening. However, If this movie flops, then the narrative's going to become, well, if they had done it in theaters, it would have made a couple $100,000 more. But I think we're at the end of an era. Unfortunately, I do believe that movie theaters will be closing down. Movie theaters, like drive-ins, will be a thing of the past. They will be archaic. They will be over. And streaming will be the future. And that saddens me as a movie fan completely. And I don't know if it saddens you, but it definitely saddens me. It makes me think of all the slasher and horror films that I can't go and see towards Halloween. It makes me think of the movies that I want to see on the big screen, the big iconic ones that I will no longer be able to see on the screen. So there is a double-edged sword here. I think that, yes, in the future, we will see less and less theaters happening. Unless, of course, people like me continue to go and see movies at the theater when possible, before they watch them at home. And I know that it is a two-sided debate. A lot of people would rather stay at home and watch the movie there, because then they don't pay money. If the movie's bad, they don't lose anything. If the movie's good, they've gained something. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that they're doing it this way. I think that this, unfortunately, is going to be the wave of the future. I think that a lot of horror fans will still go and see this in the theater. I don't see where this is a bad thing, because people who might not have gone to the theater to watch this movie will now be watching it, and maybe a new fan emerges from the wonderful movie we get. You don't know. That's the thing. A new fan comes into each fandom every day. And when we're talking about horror movies especially, not, you have the people that demand that they are not horror fans and they will not go and see a horror movie. You get them to sit down and watch something like this, and maybe now you have a new horror fan. They want to know more about the character of Michael Myers that they absolutely knew bare bones minimum about. So they go out and they start watching all these movies on their own. A new fan's born. Whereas in the olden days, when the theater was the only place to see the movie until it came out on VHS or eventually, yes, DVD, and, that was your only options, it became like, okay, now we have a choice. We can either make them sit down and watch it when we rent it, or we could just hope that they go to the theater with us. But the thing of it is, now you have options. You have a cheaper night for that night you just don't want to get out. And it's a win-win. I don't think this loses the studio money at all. In fact, I'm willing to bet that the numbers to this movie will do at least as well as Halloween Kills. At least. But judging from the perspective that this is going to be the very last Michael Myers outing until the next one, I honestly do believe that this movie is going to get the views. This movie is going to get people to watch it. They're going to watch this movie. Everybody's going to want to watch this movie. That's kind of the thing. People are going to flock to the theaters to see it because it's the end of an era. You're going to have the nostalgia of it all. The older people who grew up watching these movies go to the theaters to see it. And you're going to have the people who are newer fans who caught it on other platforms, who actually got into it, who want to see this last outing in the theater. So let us know what you think in the comments. Are you more excited to see it at home than you are in the theater? What do you think of the future of theaters across America, across the world? Do you think that streaming is the wave of the future? Do you see theaters going the way of the drive-in? Leave us a comment in the comment box below and let us know. And share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. And then don't forget, Miko says we need more subscribers. And this face right here isn't Michael Myers. He won't lie to you. And he won't try to hurt you. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Don't forget to like, because YouTube definitely likes it when you like these videos, and we like it too. We like to hear from you. And yes, we want you to subscribe. And then friends, remember, at the end of the day, fandom is family.